long as it's focused. Hello. Hi guys. I don't even know if I like this filter, but like, it's just how it's gonna be. Welcome back to my channel. I'm being extra for this video. I really hope this is gonna film because I charged my camera. It might not have enough memory, but we're just gonna go for it. Okay, so I wanted to stand up for this video because I just like thought I'd be extra and wear this. And I had a haircut, so I thought I'm gonna film it today because I'm not gonna be looking like this again. I'm looking at the screen and not the camera. Okay, today is gonna be a short Q&A video. It's just gonna be a small one. I haven't filmed a cystinosis video since like 2017, 2018, so I'm really trying not to look at the screen, but like, so I wanted to film one today. I've got a few questions to answer, nothing huge, but I wanted to kind of focus on like other people's questions, instead of just my daily routine, but I'll give like a little update about my life and just talk about stuff in general. I haven't actually filmed a video since I was shielding, which was my video where I talked about shielding. But yeah, I just wanted to do that, so I'm gonna grab my phone and start reading out the little questions I've got. Yeah, and that's how the video is gonna go. The only thing, yeah, my few disclaimers. I don't speak for the whole cystinosis community, obviously. I don't speak for the whole chronic illness community. Whatever I say, if someone disagrees with it, then you can press the X button and go watch another video. I don't have time for people anymore after this pandemic. It's not even finished yet. Anyway, yes, I'm also going to keep this family friendly, no swearing, because I know that there are children who might want to watch this video. I'm gonna grab my phone. Okay, so first I'm gonna answer questions, and then once I've done that, I think I'll just talk a little bit about what I've been doing and how my life is going so far. So, the first question is from Pearl. Shout out to Pearl, my lovely cousin. She said, or she asked, this is related to cystinosis, do people treat you differently? Yeah, I was thinking about how to answer this question the other day because how I have cystinosis, sometimes it might present physically, sometimes it might not, but like how it presents in me is more of an invisible illness. So I would say like if I met a stranger on the street, like for example, if I was in a wheelchair, a stranger might treat me differently because they might be like, oh no, she's in a wheelchair, and like have the whole sympathy thing going. Like, I've seen a lot of people who are wheelchair users talk about that on reels and stuff, and obviously, you know, it's really patronising, especially like when you're an adult, and even when you're a child, like children, you know, they want to be treated like not like that. But yeah, so I would say a stranger in the street doesn't really treat me differently, because if I was going out like with a makeup on, I've got nice, like I'm dressed up nice, and if you see me on the street, you're not really gonna think, oh, like she's got a medical condition. So in that respect, I would say no. I do obviously wear a mask when I go out, and I've seen a lot of stories of people sort of, because now masks have been taken away as a mandatory thing, people kind of questioning people or making fun of them. That luckily hasn't happened to me, but then again, I don't really leave the house. So yeah, in that aspect, I'd say maybe when I also go to busier places, I might get more of a different treatment. And also I would say I had a plan, but yeah, I would say because of the pandemic, I think I've been treated differently, like because of that, because of my cystinosis, because cystinosis caused kidney failure, which made me have to go have a transplant, to take immunosuppressants, which made me really vulnerable to COVID. So it's like all linked in. But yeah, because of the pandemic, I would say definitely as well. Before the pandemic, disabled people definitely treated differently, not by everyone, by a lot of people. After the pandemic, for certain people, I would say even more. And that's what I've noticed, like especially online. Like I've had hate like from people online when I've commented. I kind of stopped commenting stuff now, but like if I've commented something like expressing how stressed I am, how, you know, I deserve to like live in the world, and how I wish that there was more restrictions, just a little bit, not loads, and people have been like, oh, you're so selfish, like, and I'm like, I just want to live, mate, like I ain't asking for much, jeez, bare minimum. But yeah, so I'd say yes and no. I might want to come back to that question because I definitely had something else to say, but yes and no. Also, yeah, like I think sometimes medical professionals treat you differently, like, because, no, that doesn't really make sense. I was going to say, because they don't really, a lot of medical professionals don't understand cystinosis, so I suppose in that respect. Anyway, moving on because I have no brain cell. Thank you, Pearl, for your question, love you. This question is from Jen, and she asked the hardest part of your day. Well, the hardest part of my day, I would say on like a normal day-to-day basis, like I'm doing okay on the cystinosis side. If I'd say the hardest part of my day on a cystinosis side on a bad day would maybe, I would say probably being fatigued when I go out, because especially from being in the house so much, because we shielded for 14 months, especially from being in the house so much, I think my body kind of, it was a mixture of my body sort of not being used to busyness, because I used to do 6 day a week, like busy weeks with work and college, and then it went to nothing, and then I think my body, yeah, kind of got really like not used to it. I still exercise, but, and then when I went back in the world, I think I noticed my fatigue even more. Like I might have even been that fatigued before, but I just didn't really notice it because it was all ongoing. So there's that. Mental health as well has made me like a lot more fatigued when I do stuff, and I think my kidney, this is getting a little bit worse, not like loads, but the stress has kind of caused like more physical symptoms. I think I would relate it not to like full-on fibro symptoms, but kind of like similar. That's how I would say it feels. So I would say the fatigue is, and like the aches and pains are probably the hardest part of my day. But at the moment my mental health is quite bad, so I would say the hardest part of my day is probably nighttime, because that's like when it feels quite lonely. Not to get into like really deep sad moment of the video, but that's when everyone's in bed and like you're not really doing anything, and yeah, that's probably the hardest part of my day, because then I get like, I get sad, but it happens. And yeah, mental health, yeah, is definitely a big thing as well because of the pandemic, and living with a rare condition as well, because, you know, not a lot of people understand, and it can feel really lonely, and then just because of the pandemic it feels like 10 times more loneliness. So I would say that is the hardest part of my day. Ruby said, how do you find having a vegan diet affects your condition, if it does in any way? I'd be quite excited to answer this question, because once I saw a post, like I'm not actually sure what it was, but I think it was some kind of research. Sorry, I keep glancing at the screen just to make sure it's still recording, and it is. I saw like a research post about how a vegetarian diet helps your kidneys, and I think it's helped transplant patients with their kidneys. So like I don't know if it's a coincidence, I don't know if it helped loads, but basically I became vegetarian at the end of 2018. I've always had quite a high creatinine, and if you don't know what creatinine is, it's basically just the, like how they measure how well your kidneys do. In a healthy person probably wants a creatinine of like around 50. Before transplant they probably wait until it gets into like the 300s, depending on your age. Mine was about 200 when I was transplanted. I was only 13 and my doctor didn't want me to like go on dialysis because I was really young, so he like kind of sped up the process when it was getting to like above 200, just 200. At the moment it's 165, which actually the best it's been in like years. It's slowly kind of been steadily going up, like, and it's been stable around 170, 180, but 165. So yeah, like, and then I became vegan in 2020, December 2020. So like my levels, I mean, honestly, I should probably go back and look for my blood results, because I'm not sure if they stopped going up when I became vegetarian. But that is how it definitely, like, I'm pretty sure it helps kidneys. That's how I would say it affects it. As for everything else, I did get tested like my B12 and iron before, because when I was vegetarian I was feeling like dizzy and stuff, and a while ago, a few years ago, and everything came back fine. So it doesn't actually, like, it hasn't affected my health in a bad way as far as I know, and I think it's helping in a good way. And yeah, so I say that's how it affects my condition. I don't think it affects cystinosis really, because obviously there's no cure for cystinosis, but I mean, being on a good balanced diet probably is just going to help your whole body in general. So yeah, that's the questions that I got. I just wanted to answer those. I'm still trying to think of the last thing I was going to say about how people treat me differently, and I'm trying to think. There was one specific example. I think it was to do with my doctor, my kidney doctor. Yes, because he normally treats renal patients. I'm not going to drop his name because that's probably illegal, but like, he's not my doctor anymore. But because I have cystinosis, I feel like I was treated differently. I'm not going to go into this whole like medical gaslighting horrible situation. Like, so many chronic illness patients have doctors who are horrible, and it's just like the bare minimum is just to listen to your patient. But yeah, and then yeah, that's my questions. I hope it answered questions. If anyone has any questions they ever want me to do a video on, or anything they'd like to see a video on, then please comment below. And thanks, Jen, for your question. I forgot to say that I really love talking to Jen on Instagram, and she has a little boy and he has cystinosis. And that's also why I really want to make these videos, because I want to make these videos, like, one, because there's not a lot of content out there of young people with cystinosis, like young adults. And I think teens growing up, like, I'd like to be a video, like, I'd like to be a video, that's my dream. I'd like to be someone who creates that content for them, so they can see it and be like, oh, like, that's someone like me, you know, like, this is, I can ask some questions or whatever. That's what I want to, like, do it for. I want to do it for parents as well with young children with cystinosis who've just been diagnosed, because it must be so scary, like, to get your child diagnosed with such, like, a big condition and not even know much about it. And if you go on Google, like, you're just going to find a bunch of depressing, like, facts and statistics, and that's not what you want to see. Like, you want to see real people with the condition, and, you know, it gives them hope. And also, like, obviously, yes, there is a really bad part of cystinosis. It's hard to live with, and it's really hard for parents to live with their children who got cystinosis, not as in live in the same house, like, to live the experience. Also hard to live with children, I mean. But yeah, so I want to do that to educate people, help them, and, like, give them hope as well, and be, like, just be genuine and be honest. Like, that's what I want to do it for. And to educate people who don't know anything about cystinosis, and yeah, and just talk about chronic illness in general, because as a child, like, I never really knew the word chronic illness. I didn't really know what it meant. I didn't really consider myself chronically ill. I didn't consider myself disabled. But now, like, I'm old and weary. I want to advocate for this kind of thing, because it is really important, and it's just important to get your voice heard, because people don't listen. Like, not everyone, of course, some people listen, but people don't listen, so we have to be loud and we have to be heard, because the government don't care about us. And yeah. So those are my questions, and that's my TED Talk, and just a little mini update on my life. I mean, like I said, mental health, it's not great. Can I just appreciate my earrings for a second first? Like, can we just... Cute. Yeah, and at the moment I'm in Ireland. I'm heading to uni in September. Like, honest thoughts about it, I'm scared, like, in general. Not, like, super scared. I'm excited, but, I mean, everyone's, like, nervous. But, like, because of COVID, I'm pretty worried. Especially because the UK has no masks. They shut down all PCR centres. You have to pay for tests. Disabled people get tests for free, but, like, I don't really know. And I'm going to be in a busy environment with a lot of people. But I'm already in contact with the disability team about different stuff, so, like, I trust that there will be people to talk to about it. Probably, like, a therapist maybe, and stuff like that, because it is, like, really scary. Like, if I went to uni, got COVID, and then, like, got long COVID, I don't know if I'd be able to continue, like, my education, you know, and I really want to, like, follow my dreams despite my condition. So yeah, I want to be a director of photography. That's my, what is that? Oh, temperature sign? I don't know what that is. But yeah, I want to be a director of photography, so yeah. And I just think it's important to listen to disabled voices, and I hope this video was informative, and I hope I didn't just, like, ramble all the time. This, like, temperature warning sign on my camera screen is concerning me, so I'm gonna go. It wasn't a very planned out video, so sorry about that. And if you do want to see more, like, daily routine information about my medication and stuff like that, then just comment below and subscribe for more videos like this. I also do vlogs and, like, song covers and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I just want to show my sunflower lanyard because it has some really nice badges on it. And this is partly how I'm going to, like, deal with being at uni and around a lot of people, so they kind of know that, you know, I've got conditions. I've got this badge, which I requested. God, come on, don't focus. 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 Okay, it's not going to focus, so that's really nice of it. It says, anyway, it says vulnerable mask wearer. This one, it says extremely, clinically vulnerable. It's actually clinically extremely vulnerable, but it doesn't matter. This one says I've had my COVID vaccination. I've had 4 because, you know, gotta catch them all. This one is actually a pride badge, but yeah. This one says I'm fully vaccinated. This one says pride. And this one says I am immune compromised. Because I am. and then you basically just wear it, and it's basically an invisible disability lanyard. You can wear it for like any condition, like autism, etc, etc. I'm also autistic, so like I guess this kind of ties in with that. And then on the back, like you can wear the lanyard. I took it off actually when I was at college. I didn't really need it, but it's got my name on it, a family or guardian contact number, any special assistance needs. I just put assistant with renal transplant. I haven't got the number on there obviously because our number's changed, but I might write like an a new emergency contact or order a new one of these because I won't be living near my parents anymore, so I might put like a friend's number on it or another family member's number, something like that. So yeah. And also I have some, they do like red wristbands to show you still want to socially distance at uni, which I thought was really helpful. I don't know if they'll still have them when I go, obviously, because, well, like a lot of rules have gone, a lot of stuff have gone like that, because, yeah. But yeah. Oh, this is my bracelet. It's cute, isn't it? It's not gonna load. Load? It's not loaded. Hey, mushroom. And yeah, this dress, by the way, was from Planet Retro in Galway. It was €17.50. How cute. I'm going to get changed as well because I'm not going to be able to sit down because I'll be like mildly strangled. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please comment, please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it.